Hey, Ag Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. So, we're back. And I had a little bit of a longer trip this weekend for Memorial Day weekend. So I came back and I was reminded what type of petunia I crossed with my Firefly petunias. So some of you can see that these are about 5 inches high. Some of them are almost pushing 6 inches high. And I definitely crossed them with a very upright petunia. So I added a lot more vigor to the growth, which is one of those things that I know a lot of people were really struggling with the Firefly petunia, which was to get them to grow in a substantial manner that you would like them outside. So they've got a lot of hybrid vigor now in them. Now, this is just the first generation, so we're going to take these and we're going to cross them back with the Firefly petunia again, because one of the 2 genes that was inserted has been silenced, so they're actually about half as bright as a regular Firefly petunia. So when we cross them back, what we'll do is we'll plant all of those seeds, and then we'll go through the process of raising those up from plugs and then putting them into the 4-inch again, and we'll start sorting through on what petunias we're going to keep and what we're going to grow up to maturity. So by the time we're done, we should have a more vigorous plant, color to the blossom, and we're hoping to improve that glow. Now, there's a couple of developments that I think we need to look at. So I'm going to bring you closer. We're going to look at some of these plants a little bit closer, and we're going to get a little bit of a sneak peek into some of the coloring. And I just spotted one other thing as I was standing over here that I think is actually kind of exciting. So without further ado, come on in and let's take a look at those plants. So it's hard for you to kind of see the size from a distance, but some of those are fully 6 inches tall. And when we're looking at petunia blossoms always have 5 petals to them, or they should have 5 sepals. So their plants in the nightshade family are known for 5 petal flowers. So if you think about potatoes, if you think about tomatoes, deadly nightshade, and petunias, they all have that 5 sepal arrangement and a 5 petal arrangement. So one of the things you'll notice about this is, see those little dark lines there? That is purple. So we know that that one is going to have a darker colored blossom. That one also has purple. And so we're going to start going through. So we know we've got color in here. Let's see if we've got some more. Oh, that one is starting to color up too. So we know we've got some purple there. Ah, that one's a lighter color. That's probably going to be a white or a lighter color. So there's another one there. There's a white or a light color. And don't worry, as these open up, I'm going to take photographs of each one. And there is a purple, or it could be a blue. I think it's going to be a purple. That one, I can tell you that bud is a little bit darker, so that's also going to be a purple. Let's go forward here. Yeah, there's a purple down there. Oh, this one, I can tell by that bud, that's going to be a purple or a dark blue. This is going to be a light color, either a white or a pink. That's a light color. This one is shaping up to be a light color. Yeah, there's a lighter color there. There's a lighter color back there. And there's another darker color of purple there. Now there's one other development that I just saw. And I'm hoping that this is one of the plants that I saw was glowing brighter last night. And I hope this has a colored blossom. If it does, we got something cool. It's something a lot of you have been hoping for, and it was something I was hoping to make, but we might have had one. Let me set you up on the tripod so we can look at this one really close. We're going to start looking up at the neighbor here because I want you to see a regular plant first. Okay, so we've got regular coloration in here. The leaves are a little bit smaller. This was kind of a later one in the batch. So that one looks okay. Now I see something going on with the one next door that is kind of exciting. Let's see. Now remember, this was all colored seed. So we'll go ahead and remove this one, and we'll slide its next door neighbor in. You ready? What do you think about that? Y'all see that? It's variegation. We have a natural variegation going on, and it is started. It's in the blossom, right? Ooh. It started, so it's in the blossom, and this bud has just formed. I'm just now seeing this for the first time. So you're seeing it at the same time I am. Shade it a little bit so you can see. See that? Look at that. That is a variegated Firefly Petunia. And I don't know yet what the color is. That's a blossom there. But I cannot yet tell what that blossom color is going to be. But look at that. We have a natural variegation sport. We're going to have to grow this one out to see how it comes out. So those of you that have been fans of Monstera know that this is a questionable road. We'll see how it goes. But we're definitely, this one is definitely a go. I'll take some photos of that tonight so we can see how it looks. All right, well, there we go. There is a naturally variegated one. This is not something that I've done with breeding. This is a spontaneous mutation. First time I've seen this in this one. So there we go. We've got one. If it's colored, that's going to be really super special. But yeah, there we go. Natural variegation occurring right there. That is going to be cool. Can I breed with it? I don't know. There's just one bud. We'll see. But anyway, I figured that I would give you an update as far as where the plants are. Again, those of you that really want me to get started in the crossbreeding and the hybridization process, it's the last week of school for me. So we've got finals tomorrow. Then Thursday sets in and I get a little bit of free time. But then I have a few more FFA events to go to. And then we can really get into the hybridization and take a look and see how that goes. But I am pretty doggone excited. That is a really good sign of some exciting stuff that's happening. Having a natural variegation sport occur in my seedlings. Out of 120 seedlings, we've got one. And then the other thing is there's a bunch more that I planted, and some of them are really strong glowers. They're actually more strongly glowing than this batch that I have right down here that's about 5 to 6 inches tall. They're just newer starts, so we'll see how those turn out. Actually, let's go look at some of those. Yeah, there's a couple of things going on. So this one has a little bit of a texture, almost a variegation coming out to the leaves, but not quite. And these are some of the other seedlings. Now, some of this might be nutritional, because these were just in a plug tray, but this is another batch of young seedlings that I've got going. So we'll see how those go. And then these are more of my breeding stock that I brought in that we'll be working with. None of these have been pollinated. I'm going to, again, wait until I get a chance this summer where I can start writing things down. So this is a proper variegated one. This is not a glowing. This is a regular Petunia. This is one that we'll be working with to see if we can actually transfer that genetic information. And then I have a couple of these speckled ones here to work with. So that is Headliner Crystal Sky, and then this is Headliner Night Sky. So we'll be working with those. These are my breeding stock. I went through last night and did some selection on these. I did notice that one of them had some gene silencing going on. And I know that when I took these cuttings, they were all from glowing branches. So we have something that we'll talk about in a little bit, which is called gene silencing. Which means one of these two, I don't remember which one I put where, one of these two doesn't glow anymore. It doesn't glow as bright as it should, being from the original stock plant. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to have a sit down with the science teacher that I teach with at the high school. He's got a massive background when it comes to working with nightshades. So specifically, he worked with tomatoes, which are in your nightshade family. And he worked in genetic engineering, where they went through and did gene research and a whole bunch of stuff that I don't want to steal his thunder, so I'll let him get into that. But we're going to have a sit down, kind of like almost like a podcast, but we'll just sit down and we'll talk about a few things. We'll talk about plants and kind of the whole process of what gene silencing is and how it affects what we do with our Firefly petunias and why they may go dark. Now, one of the reasons I am selecting him or using him for that is this is his background. So he has a doctorate in biochemistry. And yeah, he's a high school teacher, but his classes are tough. But in addition to that, he really understands genetic engineering because he worked in that industry for 10 years. And one of his instructors that he worked with was the one that actually discovered gene silencing. So you're going to get information from him that he got directly from the original source, one of the original discoverers of gene silencing. So we'll go through and we'll talk how that is impacting Firefly petunias when it comes to breeding and maintaining the glow in our Fireflies. So that's what's coming up. I'm just giving you a little bit of taste for the summer. It's going to get really interesting. We're going to have a lot of fun, but I figured you needed an update. First, the update is the color, and second was the update I just discovered right as I was starting to film. And that one definitely does look like a natural variegation. It doesn't look nutritional to me. I think it is a spontaneous mutation that occurred right in that plant. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you subscribe so that you can make sure that you're a part of this journey as we go through it this summer with our Firefly petunias. Anyway, Ag Teacher Thoughts out.